Okay, a lot of your noses look something like this, where they are defined by the original pencil that you can see underneath the flesh tone. So I'm going to go through some tips on how to make the nose look 3D and to add a little bit of depth. Now, as we've already discussed, you are dark either side of the nose. So what I'm doing is I'm dusting over the side there with a brown. Now I've selected this brown because it is one of the layers of the flesh tone. So I've added brown either side. Now we know that within areas of shadow, you've also got grey. So what I'm doing is I'm also mixing that brown with some grey there. Okay, so I'm mixing or adding the two together. Okay, and I've got it coming out there, so it's sort of creating a sort of slope. Now that I've got that there, what I do is I go in with the original flesh tone or the top colour which I used to blend the colours previously. I'm going over very lightly and I'm using that now to blend in with those two colours that I've added. And what my aim is to have darker tone either side of the nose. Okay, so now it is slightly darker over that side, so I'm going to do the same on this side as well. So I'm mixing those two colours together on top of the flesh tone, and I'm blending it into the cheek at the side, so I'm creating two areas of shadow. Okay, and I think a lot of you have done that or something similar to that. Once I've got that slope either side, there are other areas that I need to add in order to create depth and definition. Now here, I'm going to darken it around the bottom part of the nose, which is the ball part of the nose. So I'm going round and I've darkened it there. Okay. I'm going to make that line thicker at the bottom, so I'm going over with the brown on that one there. And once I've done that, I'm going to go with the grey again and sort of mix that grey over the top of the brown. So mix that together so that I've created like a sort of loop at the bottom there that looks something like that. Once I've got that, then we go back to the flesh colour and I am going over the join where those colours meet. And as before, I'm just blending all the colours together. And I've created some definition around the ball, the bottom part of the nose there. Okay, so once I've done that, and I'm happy with the blending in there, then I go to the bracket bits. And again, I'm going to go in with this brown, which is one of the colours, as I said, that I've used within the layers to create the flesh tone. I'm adding most of that at the bottom of the bracket bits, which I'm now filling in either side. So I've added that there. Again, as we've done previously, I'm going to go in with a grey. I'm going to add that there. I'm going to darken it at the bottom. And again, just with the pink, that's going to be my blending pastel over the top. I don't want to take away too much of the colour, so I'm just going over quite gently. So I've created that. Now what I need to do is think about the highlights. Now we know that the bridge of the nose is an area that is going to be lighter. So therefore I'm using white and I'm adding that down the bridge of the nose. That will also end up being on the ball of the nose in the middle. So I've added that on there. And actually, I want to sort of lighten it even more. So in the middle of that, I'm going to press really hard with the oil pastel. So what I can try to create is a sort of white dot, which is showing where the light is reflecting off the nose. Okay, so now I've created the depth that I want to create. I'm now going to cheat a little bit, and I'm actually going to go in with the dark pencil, black pencil, and now I'm going to draw in the nostrils where I see them. Okay, so the reason I use a pencil is because the nostrils are going to be difficult to do with a clumsy oil pastel, and it's easier to get a sharper line with a pencil. I'm also going to use the black quite lightly and just define a little bit of shape towards the bottom of the nose there. And also at the side of the brackets, just a little sort of line there. And I'm not pressing massively hard with it, just to define the shape that I've got there. So what you're seeing there, and hopefully that works, is a nose that is no longer flat and that has definition to it.